G'day kids, thanks for tuning in to another Aussie episode. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss out on any of the new videos we put out, and it would certainly make my day. In the meantime, enjoy this video.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day Ozzie. G'day.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. Now today is pretty exciting and a little bit different because we are having a chat on the internet and not in person. And that's because Ozzie is in lockdown because of that pesky COVID. But what's great about it is that today we're going to talk to a Paralympian called Ella Sabljak. Now Ella is a wheelchair basketball player for Australia as part of the Gliders. She's also a teacher and a wonderful role model for all kids. And she has some very important messages to share with you all. I'm super keen to share this chat. So come on, let's meet Ella. G'day Ella, Ozzie here. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. All the better for getting the opportunity to speak to you. So I just want to say a massive thank you for fitting us into your, no doubt, very busy schedule before you head off to the Paralympics.
Yeah, pretty exciting. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much. So for the kids out there that don't know you, Ella, you are a wheelchair basketballer and you play for Australia as part of the Gliders, our women's Paralympic wheelchair basketball team. Now, wheelchair basketball, I've seen a little bit of it. It's a super fast game and it can be pretty rough, but there's probably a lot of kids that haven't had the opportunity to see it before. Now, we have some little fans out there and one of them sent a question in. So I think it's a perfect time to start right now with a question. And this one is from Addison. She's 5 and she's from Sydney. And she simply says, how do you play basketball in a wheelchair and what are the rules?
Oh, what a great question. So playing basketball in a wheelchair is very similar to playing basketball standing up. So you'd like to think of your wheelchair as just another part of your body. So when you're sitting in the chair, you've got your wheels on the side and you've just got to push the chair. You put the ball on your lap if you can. And you've got 2 touches of your wheels before you need to bounce it, pass it, or shoot it. So otherwise it will be a trouble. And yeah, it's a team sport. So we use a lot of our teammates to help us along the way.
Now, where did your journey start in wheelchair basketball? How old were you and how did you get into it?
Oh, my journey started back when I think I was in grade 2. I was really itching to play a sport and I couldn't run that well with my friends. So I always felt like I was left out. They were always running off and playing on the playground or playing footy on the oval. So my mum found a sport that I could play and that was super inclusive, which was wheelchair basketball. And I was a little bit too young, I think, at the time to really take it on. So I think I just loved being around other people with disabilities as well, playing sport at a high level, because it showed me that I could achieve something and I could get somewhere with sport.
Yeah, that's great. What would you say to young kids out there that are interested in potentially trying wheelchair basketball?
Oh, give it a go. Jump in a chair. Every person that's jumped in a chair who's never played wheelchair sport before or is completely able-bodied, they jump in a chair and they love it. Their first thing that they say is, oh, it's not as easy as it looks. There's a bit of coordination and bouncing and pushing a chair, shooting.
Yeah, I have no doubt. I actually don't think it looks easy. So I take my hat off to everyone that is able to play wheelchair basketball. Now, you mentioned there are, able-bodied people. Can able-bodied people play wheelchair basketball?
Yeah, absolutely. We allow anybody to come and play wheelchair basketball. We often find that kids who have a disability, their siblings will come and jump in as well, and it becomes a real family and a community sport. And yeah, no one gets left behind. So if you want to jump in a chair, jump in a chair.
That's awesome. All inclusive. We have one more little question from a little fan. This is Chelsea. She's 8 and she's from Sydney. And she said, how often do you need to train to get a place on the Australian Olympic team?
Oh, lots. Lots and lots of practice. So we train, when we're in our full training mode, we train every day, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day.
Wow.
We maybe have 1 or 2 days off here and there.
That's a lot of training.
Yeah, and that's on court. So we're in our basketball chairs on the basketball court and then also in the gym.
Amazing. So has it been a dream of yours for a long time to be in the Paralympics? Can you remember at what age you said, I'm going to be a Paralympian, and do you remember what it was that inspired you?
Oh, I think growing up with a disability, I've always looked up to the Paralympic Games as the pinnacle of what we can achieve and where we want to get to. So I think I remember being in grade 4 maybe when the the Paralympics were on. I did an assignment on Louise Savage. I'm like, I want to be like her. I want to be racing and I want to win and I want to go really fast. And yeah, just seeing all these other women in the Olympics and in the Paralympics just go out there and break down barriers and win gold medals. I think that really sparked something in me to say, you know what, I can do it and I'm going to go give it a good crack.
That's great. And I've no doubt that there are lots of kids out there that look up to you the way you looked up to Louise Savage. So thank you for that. Thank you for inspiring the next generation. It's simply amazing what you have achieved and what you're about to achieve at the Paralympics.
Thank you.
What is it about Tokyo that you're most looking forward to?
Oh, competing again, I think.
Yeah.
We haven't competed internationally since 2019, so it's been a while. Just want to get out there and play basketball.
Yeah, great. Are you a bit of a basketball tragic? Did you watch the Boomers in the Olympics? And if so, which I'm sure you did, as most of Australia did, how are you going to draw from that kind of inspiration of them winning the bronze medal, but the way they went about it, the passion and the teamwork and the whole story behind their success, how does that drive you in
I
your
just got
success?
goosebumps thinking about that. I think the Boomers are really, their culture is so brilliant. They live and breathe everything that they say and they do. And so it's not the on-court stuff, it's all of the off-court behaviours and the trust that they have in each other and the willingness to do the extra 10, 15%ers and go out there, and you're not playing for you, you're playing for the people next to you, and you're playing for the people at home, and it's not about me and it's not about what I'm doing, it's about doing it for everybody else, because that brings me so much joy knowing that what we're doing is helping other people. And so I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for everyone at home and my teammates and coaches and everyone alongside me, the whole Paralympic team. So yeah, that's definitely like what the Boomers are about, and I love that. And I bring it in with everything that I do, and I like to study teams and what makes them successful and try and bring it into our team to make us successful. And yeah,
it's great. That's what I think the Boomers have been able to do so well, is inspire a nation with just the way they go about things. And it's fantastic that you're drawing from that to feed into hopefully your success at the Paralympics. I wish you all the best with that. Before I let you go, I want to ask you one final question, Ella. Our motto, Aussie's motto, and our favourite saying is stay keen. And that's what I try and teach all the kids, to try lots of different things, find what it is that you love. And if you set your sights on something and you really, really want to achieve it and you just stay keen, you can get there. So Ella, how do you stay keen?
Oh, I love challenging myself. Challenging and making things different all the time, because if it's always the same, you're not going to want to do it. So change it up, challenge yourself, and that way I think you'll stay keen.
I love it. It's perfect. Simple message for the kids out there. I've no doubt you've inspired so many, and I wish you all the very best in the Paralympics, which is coming up very soon. I can't wait to watch you on the big screen. I'll be cheering. I reckon you'll hear me. I'll be cheering that loud, and I'm sure the whole of Australia will be behind you. So, Ella, thank you so much. Good luck and stay keen.
Thank you.
If you haven't already, make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the new and exciting videos that we put out. Speaking of new and exciting, if there's a video that you'd love to see Ozzie do, make sure you send us a message on our socials, on Facebook or Instagram at Ozzie for Kids. We'll see you again soon, kids. And until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Ozzie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Ozzie, 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 oi! Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of